This title is narrated with virtual voice, computer-generated narration for audiobooks. Intuitive Eating for Chronic Dieters by Vance. Introduction. Dear diet culture, we're breaking up. If you've picked up this book, you've probably tried at least 3 different diets, sworn off bread monthly, felt guilty about eating a muffin that tasted like happiness, and Googled how to stop emotional eating sometime after 9 p.m. last Tuesday. No judgment, I've been there. Also, muffins are not the enemy. You're tired? Tired of being at war with your body? Tired of counting almonds? Tired of waking up full of hope and going to bed full of regret? You want freedom, like the real kind. The kind where healthy eating doesn't feel like punishment, and where mindful eating doesn't mean chewing a cashew for so long you forget why you were hungry in the first place. If that sounds familiar, this book is for you. It's for the chronic dieter, the person who can calculate the calories in a sandwich just by glancing at it. It's for the midnight snacker who eats their feelings and then Googles ways to undo it by morning. It's for the person who wants to enjoy a dang slice of pizza without spiraling into shame or scheduling a punishment workout. We've been sold a story that our bodies can't be trusted, that we need rules, trackers, apps, and shame to stay in control. But what if you are not the problem? What if dieting is? What if your body already knows what it needs, and you just forgot how to listen? Welcome to intuitive eating. No, it's not a cult. You don't have to meditate in a linen dress, unless you want to. You don't have to give up your favorite foods, your sense of humor, or your Saturday night nachos. Intuitive eating is not a diet. It's an anti-diet. It's a way of coming home to yourself, learning to listen to your hunger cues, your cravings, your feelings, and making peace with all of it. What makes this book different? Now, before we dive in, let's address the obvious. There's already a famous book called Intuitive Eating by Evelyn Tribole and Elise Resch. They are the pioneers, the visionaries, the ones who gave this movement its name and foundation. If you want a deep dive into the science and philosophy of intuitive eating, I can't recommend their book enough. So why another book? Because sometimes theory isn't what we need. Sometimes when you're stuck in diet limbo, half wanting freedom, half terrified of losing control, you need something practical. You need a guide that doesn't just tell you why intuitive eating makes sense, but shows you how to start doing it. This book is that guide. Think of it as the Cliff's Notes version of intuitive eating with a sense of humor and zero shame. It's not here to replace the OG. It's here to hold your hand while you actually try this stuff in real life. And because I know you don't want to spend the next year slogging through a 400-page tome before you take your first bite of bread without guilt, I've kept it short, clear, and to the point. You'll get the tools you need without drowning in jargon or endless theory. What to expect and what not to expect. What you won't find in these pages. Meal plans with approved foods. We're done with that. Rules about when or how much you're allowed to eat. Shaming pep talks disguised as motivation. What you will find. Stories, reflections, and exercises to help you reconnect with your body. Simple practices you can try right away. Yes, even if you're busy, skeptical, or convinced you're the one person intuitive eating won't work for. I also thought this before I started. A friendly voice reminding you that perfection isn't required or possible. This isn't a quick fix. It's not flatten your belly in 30 days or drop 2 dress sizes before the wedding. It's about freedom. The kind that feels like exhaling after holding your breath for years. Why I wrote this book. I didn't write this because I have it all figured out. I wrote it because I don't, and neither do most of us. Like you, I've wrestled with the food rules, the calorie math, the good and bad lists that made eating feel like a pop quiz I was always failing. What changed for me wasn't willpower. It was perspective. When I started experimenting with intuitive eating, I realized my body had been talking to me all along. I'd just been too busy listening to diet culture to hear it. This book is my attempt to share what I've learned and unlearned in a way that feels approachable, real, and yes, sometimes funny. Because honestly, if we can't
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.